Greetings and salutations, folks, and welcome back to Death Stranding, or at the very least, what I think is going to be the last leg of this journey. We've only got a few... Oop. We got a nice map of what we're connected. Over here, we got only a few scientists to connect here, and then it's on towards Amelie. But for now, let us read an email from... the Spiritualist. The lady I brought those rocks to. Do you recall the handprint you brought me? I remember it because I had to carry 4 separate rocks. I don't know why I had to carry so many rocks to you. Well, I hope you're sitting down, because when I analyzed it, I discovered that it was 65 million years old. It dates back to the late Cretaceous period, when the dinosaurs became extinct. I did fear that perhaps it was just the rock, and the handprint itself had been added much later, but that seems not to be the case. Could someone have traveled through time via the beach in order to leave it? If not, how could it possibly have been made? I plan to look into the matter further, and will get in touch when I learn more. If you happen to stumble across anything that might shed light on this mystery, you'll let me know too, won't you? That is a curious question. How did a handprint make its way onto a rock that is 65 million years old?
Our is to build a replacement for a way station that was lost to the tar. The first step is to put a shelter with our scientists on the chiral network. Now, we don't know the first thing about Amelie's status or what Higgs is up to. Well, that's a concern for us as much as you.
Higgs is up to no good.
City, and that means connecting this region first.
All right.
You should start with the geologist and the paleontologist. The latter's holding something for the Evo biologist, so I recommend you save her for last. That way, you can finish a delivery and link up the final site in one go.
Okay.
Once all 3 are on the grid, come back here.
Okay, so essentially make a big circle.
For that lost way station.
Alright, so let us take on an order. We are heading... Well, I guess we're doing both of these orders.
A geologist of ours has been studying fossils as part of his research into prehistoric extinction events. He's been out there conducting excavations for a while now and has begun to suffer the effects of chiral contamination. No doubt the result of excessive exposure to chiralium during the dig. Until the site is properly decontaminated, his work can't proceed. Nor will his health improve.
Yeah, I would agree.
We need you to bring him some chiralium scrubbing agents.
Administering shock. Stand clear.
Oh, okay. Is Heartman coming back up?
The stratum the team was investigating dates from the end of the Cretaceous period, the time of the infamous mass extinction, which brought the reign of the dinosaurs to a close, leaving small
Impressive how he knows exactly what we're talking about,
It's the most
despite the
recent
fact that
topic
he's been
far,
dead
and one
for
of
the last
largest
3
mass
minutes.
extinctions the world has ever seen. In any event, our team found something truly remarkable. Can you guess what it was? A fossil beach.
Oh,
If that is indeed what it is, then he has made a tremendous discovery. Therefore, Sam, it is essential that you
wait,
deliver
it's
those
a beach
chiralium
filled
scrubbing
with
agents as soon
the
as possible.
fossils of the dead?
One more thing, Sam. For this run, you'll be transporting an
Oh,
antimatter
great.
bomb. A Bridges paleontologist working on a dig says he needs it. Apparently, the fossils he wants to study are buried deep beneath tar, and the only way he can get to them is by blowing it wide open. Now, hopefully I don't need to tell you to be extra careful. when
No,
handling
you
high
probably
explosives.
don't.
But in case I do, make sure you keep that container in one piece, no matter what.
This is true, I do not want to blow up.
Thermal pad. Indispensable gear for cold weather operations, especially useful when traversing snow-capped mountains.
Alright, that's nice. I don't seem to have needed it yet. I've got 2 anchors. Okay.
Sam, I'm sure you haven't forgotten, but you need to be extremely careful with that antimatter bomb, especially when transporting it by a carrier or vehicle.
Yeah, I've
Any
discovered that
irregularities should trigger an
the
alarm.
vehicle transportation
Don't
of the
ignore
antimatter
it.
bomb was not the smartest choice. Oof. Yeah, I think I'm gonna want to swap out the... Do I no longer have the... I no longer have the power skeleton. And I cannot build one from this station. So let us... Oh my gosh. Let's manage our cargo real quick, like. Because that's probably the biggest problem. There we go. Now it doesn't look so terrible. Okay, where am I going? I'm going southeast. Let's remove all of our markers. Find Sam. Oh my. There we go. And make a line to the geologist.
Sam.
Okay, so that's going to be
So,
mostly
Hartman told you
straight
all about
ahead.
the lake. How the attack that created it changed his life forever. Well, not only did he lose his family, he very nearly lost himself. For 21 minutes, he was in a state of cardiopulmonary arrest. Under normal circumstances, he would have died. Therapeutic hypothermia saved his life. But the 21 minutes he spent on the other side had a lasting effect on him.
Well, yeah.
Perhaps due to the shock, his Doom's abilities seem to have increased. And now he takes every opportunity to walk the beach in search of his family.
A bit on the obsessive side.
My apologies, Sam. You came all this way to visit me, yet I neglected to give you a proper farewell.
Oh, hold on.
Be careful.
Why are my gloves in a container and not attached to my hands? Oh yeah, because let's also... I'm thinking about... Let's put on these boots. And then let's just get rid of these boots.
Out there. As I mentioned before, this region is rich in memories of death and extinction. It should come as no surprise that BTs are sighted here more frequently. Perhaps you recall the models in my lab. Their designs were all based on eyewitness accounts. Though I suppose they must have struck you as strange, considering the many times you've come face to face with the real McCoy.
Yeah. Especially since you don't really see the real McCoy. They're quite translucent most of the time. What am I holding in my hand? I don't need to carry these boots with me. And I also should not get into that truck, because that is only going to lead to trouble. Was it the geologist or the paleontologist that wanted the antimatter bomb? Because the faster I get this bomb off of my back, the better. But at the very least, yeah, since I'm still walking through the snow, it is definitely a good idea to have maintained the all-terrain skeleton. Like, the power skeleton might have been more convenient in regards to handling the weight. But the all-terrain skeleton is definitely better off for the mountain. Also, I'm trying to avoid jumping. Because jumping can often lead... great. It seems like there are BTs in this area. Just hanging out in the middle of the mountain. I mean, he did say that there's a lot of BT activity. What was that? Are there avalanches around these parts? Because that would be very rude of the mountain. Okay. For falling apart on me while I'm trying to climb it. I also doubt that any of these people have private rooms. There we go. Which is going to be problematic in regards to maintaining stamina for some of these trips. Hold on. Let us restore our stamina with some Monster Energy drink. Okay.
Let's get this show.
Nope, it's just the mountain falling apart. Ooh, and the vibrations of the mountain are causing the antimatter bomb to nearly explode. Great. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit slow going. I do not appreciate the forced path, or should I say the forced rate of which I am being dictated to travel because of said antimatter bomb. But I guess we got to get the job done, and we only need to do the job once, so...
Walked up worse.
I have walked up worse. This is very true. Oh, stop. Don't explode on me. Alright. Where am I going? So I just need to climb over this and then down. And I should be... And I should be A-okay. Let us climb down this side. Very, very carefully. You know, no, no. It would be nice if I could walk without having to worry about the weather damaging my stuff. Like, it's an interesting concept. Oh, no, stop, stop, stop. But it just kind of becomes like an unseen obstacle that's always kind of lingering there. Like it's very difficult, other than planning, other than creating timefall shelters. It doesn't seem like you can really do too much about it. And of course, the snow is built up and it's a whiteout again. But let's get into cover inside this shelter here. Of course, the cargo has been ruined. Because the weather is bad. You know, if you could turn off the weather as a feature, I would be okay with that. Alright, so that's dropping off all the anti-Corellium medication.
Sam Bridges. Oh, thank God for that. I was worried you might not get here in time. But then I've done nothing but worry of late. I've been haunted by those visions you doom sufferers see. That end-of-day stuff. I put the nightmares down to fatigue. The possibility of chiral contamination never even occurred to me. It's just lucky we caught it before the suicidal stage.
Oh yeah.
Dying's not an option. My research is nowhere near complete.
Also, if he died out here, there would be nobody to collect his body before the necrosis sets in.
I started to wonder if I'd ever see these meds. I guess you really are good at what you do, huh? Thank you.
Although I think I should make some container repair spray while I'm here to repair the antimatter container. Okay, playtime is at 27 hours. Yeesh.
Oh, yes. Right then. If you'd do the honors.
Alright, so I'm hoping this group doesn't... is not going to have any issues going onto the network. Just bring the thing there, deliver onto the network. No collecting of of books and photographs and cameras for these folk. Ooh, climbing anchor version 2.0.
And just like that, I'm part of the UCA, with access to a treasure trove of historical research materials. Studying this fossil beach should be a good deal easier now. Assuming I can prove once and for all that that's what it is. Honestly, though, I'm just excited I can finally share these findings with everyone. Can you believe I found chiral deposits in strata dating back 65.5 million years? Evidence of an ancient Death Stranding.
Chiral matter has existed on Earth since long before the dawn of man. This stratum is proof of that. Look at this, Sam. Do you see that black fissure there? We believe this is the source of the Chiralian readings.
Okay.
In the distant past, earthquakes cause frictional melting along fault lines, producing layers of what is known as pseudotaculite. We call these layers fossil earthquakes.
Right,
Extending
of course.
the principle,
Got it.
Our fissure here is what one might term a fossil beach. The presence of Corellium in this of all strata cannot be a mere coincidence. It strongly suggests that beaches must have appeared during the Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction event. And not just then, The chiral network has recovered data suggesting that similar fossil beaches were discovered in strata corresponding to other extinction events too. That would seem to indicate the Big Five and all other major extinctions were accompanied by the appearance of beaches. In expanding
So
the
then
chiral
what causes the
network,
beaches
you've
to
helped us
appear,
glimpse a pattern
and
in
what
these
causes the
scattered
beaches
parts
to
of data.
disappear?
You furthered our
Is the
individual
Death
research
Stranding a
projects
constant cyclical
and
event
ensured that it
that is
only a
unavoidable?
matter of time before we recover all we have lost and solve every mystery that remains. But this is only the beginning. See this through, Sam, and there's no telling what we might learn.
Good work. New order available. Please access the...
Okay, so let us... Let's repair our stuff. It'll take just a minute. And is that good as new? Almost. Almost good as new. Okay, so let us offload the used container repair spray. Balance that out. And I'm going... let's see if this guy has... if there's any standard orders taking me to the next station. There are not, so I don't care. Okay, so the paleontologist is in that direction. The whiteout conditions... Oh, no. Seem to have disappeared. I'm okay with that.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
What are you? I can't really read your text against... The white text against the white snow does not necessarily work so well. And it looks like it should just be a steady trek forward, and then that should take me to the paleontologist. But for now, let us complain about the weather. And the degradation of your stuff. I think I've already complained about the degradation of your stuff before. In which I talked about how durability and also the breaking of items can sometimes cause a person to change their playstyle to reflect inaction versus action. Because action means the usage of items, the expenditure of durability. And when I say a person, I mean me. Because I generally feel like that kind of thing happens, especially with open world games. If I can avoid combat in open world games, and it also depends on what you gain out of it, too. Like, if you don't gain anything out of the actual fighting... Now, I suppose, like, in the actual fighting of the mules and the terrorists, I would gain the thing that's on their back. Hello. Looks like somebody left a ladder over here. Oh no, they've left an anchor. Just as good as a ladder. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna release this rope. Nope. Come on. Base. Earn.
This one's for you.
There you go.
Thanks for the help. Today's a good day.
But let's talk about ambient degradation. Like, the degradation that happens to your equipment when you're doing nothing. Alright, I'm going to put a anchor here. And that'll carry me the rest of the way down. So that kind of couples with the whole durability of objects in the first place. Because your stuff is always degrading on itself, especially in timefall, in the snow, in the rain. I feel like that was one of the things that had prevented me from wanting to make more stuff. I feel at this point of the game, as I've become kind of used to the idea that all of my stuff is temporary, I've gotten used to the idea of just, can I use something now? Use it now. Don't hold on to it. Don't save that ladder. Don't save that climbing anchor. Don't save that gun. Not that you won't need it. You'll probably need it. More like, don't save it because it will not last. Okay, what am I looking at? Okay, that was a wide spin. I guess I was facing the wrong direction. That is A-okay. Let us gently... Okay. Yeah, don't save the equipment because it's not going to last. It's all temporary. Like, imagine if you were playing an RPG and you had that powerful item. And there's the whole cliche that you save that powerful item for the end of the game. But what if you knew that that powerful item would only hold out for maybe a couple missions? Then you wouldn't probably hold on to it for quite as long. You probably would even use it just during a regular battle, let alone worry about holding on to it for a boss fight. And I feel like this game has that effect. And coming to terms with the fact that your items are so temporary has been a little bit of a long time coming. But now let us drop off the antimatter bomb so that we don't have to blow up.
Much appreciated, friend. Thanks to you, we can finally move ahead with the dig. I swear, this place is bad enough without having to worry about getting asphyxiated. Not that I need to tell you. You did it after all, though I can't for the life of me imagine how.
Well, you see, I slung it on my back, and then I walked a bunch, and then I got here. The end.
You can set up the chiral network while I work.
Alright, consider it done. I appreciate your lack of argument. And then I would imagine this person has something to deliver to the next post. And then that person might have something to deliver to Hartman, or I might just end up walking back to Hartman. Either way is a-okay with me. I wonder, though, in regards to what is going to be required to build the way station. Ooh, oxygen mask. What does that do?
Anyway, as it turns out, Sam Bridges, I have a favor to ask. A local porter was on his way here with something very valuable, but dropped it en route. It's a 200-million-year-old ammonite, which looks, he says, almost as if it were still alive. He apparently stumbled across it in a boulder field, which had previously been hidden beneath a glacier, but that's not the half of it. The man claims this ammonite has an umbilical cord. An umbilical cord. Color me skeptical, but the specimen merits study, and I wasn't about to leave such delicate work to an amateur. So I asked him to carve out the whole surrounding chunk of rock and bring it here to me. Naturally, I wanted to compare it with contemporary specimens in the vicinity, which is why I had him excavate a number of those in addition to the one he told me about. But what does a dumb fuck go and do? He loses the whole shipment. Didn't even have the good sense to mark which container had the ammonite with the umbilical cord. The cargo
Great, so that means I'm gonna have to carry a whole bunch of rocks.
where toxic gases have a tendency to build up.
And thusly the oxygen mask.
His cargo scanner is broken, and there's no way he can recover the shipment. But you could track it down. To protect you against the fumes, I'll provide you with an oxygen mask. Just to be safe. You can pick it up when you accept the order.
That fossil could represent an epical discovery. While there are examples of viviparous fish, an ammonite with an umbilical cord is unheard of. And if it is indeed 200 million years old, it would also correspond with the end Triassic extinction, another one of the big five. Could the umbilical cord be connected to the beach? We must recover that cargo at all costs. It could provide a vital clue to the mechanisms underpinning the Death Stranding. We're so close. So very, very close to grasping the true nature of the phenomenon. Hurry, Sam.
If you say so.
We cannot risk that ammonite being lost.
Alright.
New order available. Please access the terminal.
Alright, let us take on this order. That is a big search area.
An oxygen mask, huh? Good idea. It'll filtrate the air and keep you breathing normally. In addition to protecting you from toxic gases, it'll also help to reduce fatigue from strenuous activity, making it easier to keep your balance. If it didn't have a limited battery life, I'd tell you to keep it on the whole time. But it does, so don't.
Alright. Let's take... I guess we only need one of them. Maybe. Alright. I replaced my boots. I added another pair of boots to the clip. I replaced the all-terrain skeleton because my current one is fairly damaged. I replaced the gloves because those are also fairly damaged. Actually, can you... What happens if you just sit down? I haven't tried. I can rest beside this thing. Like, does that actually repair stamina or something? It is kind of interesting seeing these cryptobiotes kind of like float around. Alright, let's get up. Get this show on the road. I'm already here. That was fast. Alright, and there is the harmful gases, I presume. Let's see, what page is the mask on? Alright, let us... Oh, did I just not replace my anchors? There we go. I don't think I replaced my anchors, which is fine. Let us readjust ourselves. Oh, okay. I can easily just walk out that way. And now to get out of here... I should... There we go. I should be A-okay from this point on. Let us... take off the mask. And head back to base. That was fast. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with this fast and easy side mission. Because it was fast and easy, and didn't require that much stress out of me. Alas, it's too bad it's not able to refill my stamina past that lower maximum. But let us drop off these rocks with paleontologists.
Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. Keep on weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
See if they can figure out what a fossil, 200 million year old fossil with an umbilical cord would tell them what to do in regards to the Death Stranding now. What is causing the appearance of these beaches? I can store the ladder. Alright. Anybody ends up at... I find it interesting, like, looking at the share lockers now, because the share lockers in these remote regions have much fewer things. And that is something to be expected. Like... as you get farther and farther into the game, you're going to end up in places where fewer and fewer players have actually been. So these share lockers are going to be less and less stocked, especially if they're far off the side of the road.
Oh my. It really is.
Or if there even is a road to begin with.
Can we even?
All right.
Thanks for bringing in that lost shipment, Sam.
No problem.
Yes, it did indeed include an ammonite with a bona fide umbilical cord attached. I've already sent some images and a preliminary analysis to Hartman via the network. Interestingly, it seems the surrounding strata contain traces of tar, which lines up with one of his theories. Anyway, I know you only just brought this ammonite here, but I'd like you to deliver it to a colleague of mine, an Evo-Devo biologist. Lately, she's taken an interest in the tar, and I think she'd be eager to examine this particular specimen.
Okay.
It's quite remarkable, and that's to your credit.
I am pretty
To clarify,
awesome.
She has been studying how the tar may have influenced the development of various organisms. Accordingly, I would ask that you also
So essentially,
become
the
partners
tar
deployed
that's
to
surrounding
shelter and deliver them
Edge
along
Knot
with the
City
element.
might actually
It would
be
too
relatively
dangerous for her
important
to
plot-wise?
attempt to retrieve them
Or like
herself,
the emergence of the
which is
tar?
why we must impose upon you. By aiding her research, we may yet inch closer to unraveling the secrets of the Death Stranding.
Much like the
We've already
mushrooms
made
in the
so
Super
much
Mario
progress
Brothers
with the data
movie,
recovered by
the
the
tar
network.
has greater
Your
meaning.
continued help, I know we can accomplish even more.
Good work.
All right.
New order available. Please act.
I think this is going to be where we stop for the night. Got any suggestions for something to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And have yourselves a good night.
I'll let you know if I need anything else.